Why don't I, this question?
Just a quick question. Given the performance of the current government overall, okay, in terms of policy making, and of course we see now the squabbles that they have in there, do you think they will survive the next GE? Plus, I mean, we clearly, right, we're seeing PKR fight, flying car, etc., combination of all these things. Plus, second part of my question, what do you think they should start doing right now to regain that confidence back? Thank you.
I really don't know, because 1 week is a long time in politics and we have 3 years to go for the next election. But the more important question is, what should the government do if it wants to stay in power? And I think the most important is jobs. Actually, the government should just basically emphasize three things: investment, earning, and jobs. Everything, you have to have the civil servants, the government politicians, passionately pursuing investment, earning, and jobs. Unfortunately, it so happens that at this time, many people are losing their jobs. There have been plenty of retrenchment, some of which I feel is unnecessary, but happens. And people coming out from universities, and the parents sacrifice so much to send them to university, they're not getting jobs. This is the biggest threat to the government of the day, and if 3 years' time the government doesn't make it, I think this will be the cause. Thank you.
I agree with Tan Sri on the cost. I think jobs is the most important issues, and we really need to think through that. Of course, in order to create jobs, we need to deal with the structural questions that I've said earlier. I publicly say this much earlier. I say this is either a half-term government or more than one term. It's not going to be just one term, or it's either half-term because if you cannot get the internal questions settled, then you'll be half-term government because you open yourself up to people like Hisham, who tried in October to break up the government and to form a backdoor government. So you'll be a half-term government or more than one term. The reason why I say it's more than one term is because the opposition cannot operate on the basis that it is purely appealing to one race and not offering anything else. So I think for any government to win power in this country, it has to be able to win across racial line and across South China Sea in order to form government. And without being able to win across racial line and across South China Sea, without winning the middle, which usually is obscure and no one bothered about, but when it comes to election, the middle still matter, and the middle usually matter in the election. It will be very difficult for the current opposition with the current form and the current leadership, as in Najib and Zahid Hamidi. I don't think they will be able to win a general election. But they may be able to break up the coalition in order to form a government straight away in a year time or whatever, if we fail to manage. But I hope we can together reshape the discourse. The government that we have may not be perfect, and it is not perfect. Sometimes partly because many people actually didn't believe that there would be a change of government, therefore they did not want to contest. Maybe if Johnson contests, it would be better. But the point is that many people fail to realize that this is not a normal change of government in any democracy, like in UK, whether you're Boris Johnson or Corbyn. But this is actually once in a lifetime regime change. You're changing from a previous government to a new government, but you are changing from an authoritarian government to a certain extent, or soft authoritarian government, to one that you have to build democracy. And we don't have the tools yet, we don't have the institutions yet, we don't have the norms. We have not actually agreed on the norms of operation in this new society. So I think it is an invitation to everyone to think of this as the building block for a 20-year period of time. Let's see how we can build this society together and not look at the government as, you're lousy, you're lousy. Part of the reason why you think that the government is lousy because no one actually has an opportunity to build a different structure. And we are new to this because there was no opportunity to have public discourse at all, and we have not re-examined our assumptions for quite a while. So perhaps let's take this as an opportunity to rebuild and rebuild for a better future. Thank you.
Okay, I think we have one last question, but can I add to that? I think the one thing you failed to mention there was imagination, a real lack of imagination.